Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you for joining me today for a midweek mini project. And today I'm going to be playing with the Nuts and Bolts Cling Stamp set, where I'm going to make 3 separate cards, no clue, no plan, no idea, out of these. And you can tell I have actually not used this stamp set yet, so I have just pulled all the backings off before starting and I'm ready to go. So let's have a quick look and see where we're going with this. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to play with my robots yet. I am going to grab a piece of backing cardstock. So this is 10.5 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters, so it is the same size as my folded card will end up being. And I'm grabbing the heart and this sort of little squiggle bit here. Okay, Memento ink, and I am going to do the heart first, just about there. And then I'm going to create myself a box. It's not exactly a straight box, is it? I was hoping it was going to be, but you know, let's just make this work like that. Can I get another hearts in there? I can. There we go. Very basic, very, very basic. And the sentiment, you make my heart go beep. And let me just grab a punch. Let me check. Yep, it goes with the heart punch, so that's pretty good. So I'm just going to punch that out of some basic white. Again, using Memento ink. You make my heart go beep. Lid on before I create a mess. And now we just need to get some colour onto the card. So you can do this in a variety of ways. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Memento. No, I'm not. I've already used Memento for stamping. I'm going to use my blends first of all, and I'm going to use Polish Pink. Okay, so I'm using the dark on that corner and that corner. And then I'm going to use the light to blend it in. And I'm then going to grab Blushing Bride and my blender brush. And I'm very lightly just getting a bit of colour into where that square is. And you'll see I'm going over where the square is. I'm just popping a bit of colour onto this card. Okay, so it's only got a bit of colour on, but I'm going to just a bit more. There we are. And then Wink is Stella, I think, on my hearts. Just to give it a lot of glitter. I like glitter. You make my heart go beep. Really quick, really simple. Very easy one. I'm just grabbing some dimensionals. I thought I was grabbing some dimensionals. I'm having trouble opening my drawer. I normally have the drawer open all the time. I don't know what's made me shut that. So I'm just going to use the end pieces of dimensionals. These are always great. Never throw these away. You make my heart go beep. Okay, I'm going to come along and embellish all of these at the end, but I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to embellish this one because I just want it really, really simple. And I don't know how long that took because, you know, I was chatting and I did my introduction and everything, but it couldn't have took very long to have made that card. So if you just want a quick and easy one. Oh. Didn't have the dimensional drawer open, ran out of Tombow glue. Gosh, you'll be switching to other channels. There we go. Stick that down. There we go. You make my heart go beep. Card number 1. Card number 2, I'm going to play with the robots now because that's obviously really why I got the card. They're just fun. So I'm going to play with this one here that's got the nuts and bolts flower, and the sentiment I'm going to use is I'm nuts and bolts about you because that's just cute, and I'm going to play with this one. So let's pop him on a block. Okay, now I'm having a bit of a thought about this. I want to fussy cut him out. I know that's going to take some time, so I apologise. What I might do is very rare for me is I might actually do him, then pause the video and fussy cut him out because I know I'm making 3 cards and I don't want to take up all of your time today. I don't normally do that on a midweek mini, but I might today. Save time for you all. Right, where's me smoky slates and my grey granites? So I'm going to start with the dark grey granite, and I'm going to run that across this big section here, just on the left and the top, and do exactly the same here, left and the top of this one. Light grey granite just to blend that in. And then totally the opposite, I'm going to go for the bottom and the right on these two with the smoky slate. And then use the light to blend that in. So it looks like he's got a sort of a patchwork thing going on. Bullet tip of the light grey granite. I'm just going to do the coggy bits in between. And then bullet tip of the dark grey granite, I'm just going to do bolty bits on the end. It's quite easy to colour here, actually. So I'm going to do the exact same here, where I'm going to do left and top with the dark grey granite, and I'm going to do his cogs in the dark grey granite as well. Blend it in with the light grey granite. And then, oh, what did I do? I did the right and the bottom, didn't I, with the smoky slate? So right and bottom again. And blend that in. And I'm going to do that bit there because he has got a mouth. I'm going to use a very, very light, this is one of the new blends, this is the SU 800, and I'm just going to do his eyes with that because I want them to have some colour, but I don't want them to have lots of colour. Okay, and finally, Daffodil Delight. In we go with the dark Daffodil Delight on his flower. I don't care if it's supposed to be a bolt, it's yellow because it's a daffodil. So dark Daffodil Delight on the outside, and then light pumpkin pie on the inside. Just make it into a proper daffodil. There we go. Isn't he cute? I'm going to pause you. I'm going to cut him out. I'll be back in 2 whole seconds. And I'm back. There he is, all cut out. So I'm going to grab my piece of cardstock. Again, 10.5 centimetres by 14.8. I've got my gorgeous little robot there, and what I'm going to do is just grab my blending brush, and I'm going to grab Sahara sand, and I'm just going to pop him just a little bit of a background in behind him because I want him to stand out of the card. So if it's not much, but if I just pop something there, you can see he now looks a bit more 3D, which is great. That's the effect I'm going for. I think that's about it, just so he looks like he's popping out of the background. I'm nuts and bolts about you. Love that one. So Memento ink pad. Oh, how cute, how cute, how cute. And some snips. So I'm just going to cut that. Like that. Am I? Don't think that looks very straight. That does not look straight, Helen. Sort yourself out. So let's cut it down first on there. And I can use that as a base to make sure my top and my bottom's straight. I still don't think I'm doing this very straight. I'm not doing this well at all. Let me have a look. When it's finished, I might be re-stamping in a minute because I think that top bit I don't think I've got quite straight. Look, I haven't got it straight at all. There we go. I'm nuts and bolts about you. Now it is. Oh, there we are. Good fun, good fun. And oh yes, I like it, I like it, I like it. Right, dimensionals. Pop one directly behind that flower to hold it up because it's all out on its own. And I'm going to part stick his foot over the sentiments so that they're sort of attached a little bit, you see? Oh, I'm nuts and bolts about you. Too cute, too cute. Okay, like always, I'm going to come back and I'm going to embellish it at the end. I think I've just picked up the glue I said was empty. No, I didn't. Sillily, I don't know whether that's a word, but stupidly, let's do that word because I know that is definitely a word. I put both of the glues next to each other on the desk and couldn't work out which one was the one that I'd worked out was empty, so at least now I know. Right, so card 1, card 2, we are on to card 3. So I'm going to do something a bit different with this one. I'm going to grab some basic black cardstock. So this is 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres. So you can see it just has a little bit of a gap around the edge. when you put it onto your card base. And I am going to do some heat embossing. White stamping powder, my embossing buddy. Let me grab my Versamark. Oh, I would grab my Versamark, but I don't know where I have it. There it is. Versamark. Right, I normally keep them all in the box together. And I'm going to use all 3 of my robots here. Okay. So let's get them all onto blocks. Block 1. And that one. And I'm just going to wipe this one onto my chamois. And you want to wipe it really well onto your chamois. Sorry, my chamois is just off screen at the moment, but you want to wipe it really well onto your chamois because you don't want any of that black ink getting onto your Versamark ink pad. So the Versamark ink pad is clear and you don't want any imprint being left on it from your stamp, okay? So what I'm going to do first is run my embossing buddy all the way over that. Try not to get my fingers back on it. And what I normally do when I'm doing some embossing is I have my feather paintbrush so that I can just get the dust off it without putting my oily hands back on it. Okay, ink him up with the Versamark, and I'm going to pop him about there. 1. Now I can see him because of where my lights are. I'm not sure whether you can see him, but I know where he is. Oh, there's not enough space to fit all 3 of them. Okay, I'm only going to be playing with 2 apparently. I can't fit 3 in, which is a shame. You've got the 2 in though. Okay. Makeshift, all these best plans are made to be broken and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to grab a piece of very plain copy paper here, fold it over and put it underneath my card so it catches all of the bits of embossing powder, because I can get into a mess at the best of times. I'm just going to pop this embossing powder over both of my robots. Look how cute they are. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to the... no, I'm not. I'm going to pop it straight back in. I'm not even going to risk myself by popping it to the side because that's just a accident waiting to happen, isn't it, people? It is. So I'm just going to pop the lid back on there and just put it to the side. I'm going to grab my very big block. So this here is a F size block. I very rarely use this for stamping actually because it's too big for my hands. So I normally use it to flatten my cards when I've done watercolouring, but also I like to place stuff on there when I'm going to heat emboss because the card warps slightly, and I find if it's on a straight background it's a bit better, and also it doesn't warp my paper. So I'm just going to shove my heat gun on, so it might get a little bit loud if you want to turn me down. I'll bring it up to the screen so you can see. mistake with heat embossing, I used to do it all the time, was I used to run my finger over the top to check it was all embossed. Wait for it to cool a little bit before doing that, otherwise you smudge it because it's still hot and it moves with your finger. So just give it a little bit of a waft, wait for it to cool, and then you can run your finger over and you can check that you have got every part. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this before I go any further onto my card base, because you can see it's still warped a bit, not as much as it would have done if I hadn't done it on a base, but it has warped a bit. So by sticking it down with a Tombow, and instead of going around the corners like I usually do, I'm actually gonna, oh, don't tell me I've done the same again. No, there we go. Picked the wrong glue up again. I'm also going to go through the middle. There we go. So it just sticks on every section. Remember what I said? It is great for flattening cards. Yay! So now we've just got to work out how I'm going to put my sentiment on here. And I'm not 100% sure if I want to heat emboss it and pop it up, or whether I want to pop it in with some colour, because it hasn't got any colour on yet. I'm very aware there's no colour on my card. How are we going to do this? Let's have a look. Firstly, what sentiment I'm going to use? Greetings, kind human, like that. I'm quite sad I didn't get my other one on, but you can see he just really wouldn't have fit on there, which is a real shame. Greetings, kind human. Okay, so I'm going onto some basic white cardstock. Just grab some. And Memento ink. So we're keeping to the monochrome black and white theme. I was going to go, you know, bright coloured, but I think I'm going to keep it like this. And to save having the problem we had last time, I'm going to trim it down so I know it's straight. Greetings, kind human. Yes, I'm glad I kept it like that. And I'm going to pop behind it some ribbon. Snip, 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 snips. Like that. So I'm just going to apply some seal. Straight onto the back. Pop that on. Some dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. So why we only put a little bit of seal on the back, these dimensionals are going to stick that ribbon on anyway, so it won't be a problem. Greetings, kind human. So now we want some embellishments for all 3 of them. Have you got a favourite yet? I wonder if the embellishments will change which one's your favourite. Probably not, probably not. So I'm going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems for You Make My Heart Go Beep, because I've got some rose ones and I think they're lovely. over on this one here, I'm going to use the classic matte dots because we've got the white ones and it'll go nice with the heat embossing. And over on this one here, I'm going to use the iridescent rhinestones because I don't want to create too much of a statement because I think it's already looking pretty good. So over here, I'm going to grab some of the black ones and I'm just going to pop them on my sentiment like that. And I'm going to grab a couple of the white ones and I am just going to pop them onto the card like that. Card number 1, or card number 3 actually, because it was the last card done. Let's do that properly. 3, 2. I'm going very out of order, as you can tell. And I'm just going to pop a couple sort of around him like that so he just glistens. Card number 2. Card number 1. Let me know which one's your favourite. 1, 2 or 3. My favourite? I think he's just too cheeky. I really do. And I think he looks better coloured than he does heat embossed. Potentially. Yeah, he's my favourite. Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you've enjoyed this midweek mini. Gosh, I was not prepared for it, as you can normally tell. I mean, I don't know if you can... Look at that. My desk is just a mess now. But there we go. Thank you for joining me and I'll see you soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store www.SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.